What if the person you buried last summer just called your phone tonight? In a small American town where secrets never stay dead, a voice from the grave whispers your name. And what happens next will make you question every shadow in your house. Don't blink, or you'll miss the moment the truth finally knocks on your door. The sirens faded in the distance. The rain kept falling on the empty street, and Emily stood there under the flickering streetlight, holding his jacket tight against her chest. She lied to save him, but lost him forever. She never thought one lie could burn everything she loved, but that night in Chicago, she had no choice. The police were closing in, the noise of radios echoing through the alley. His hands were shaking, his eyes wild with fear. He whispered, "Em, don't let them take me, please." And she promised she wouldn't. So she told them it was her, that she took the blame. The words slipped out like glass cutting her throat, and when they cuffed her, she saw his face one last time, a mix of guilt and relief. Months later, the city lights felt colder. Her name whispered like a rumor, people pointing, calling her a liar. And yet, she kept every secret buried, because she thought he'd come back for her. He didn't. She'd walk past the diner they used to meet at, the neon glow still humming. The same booth in the corner where he used to sketch on napkins. Dreams of a life far from this city. But now, only coffee stains and empty chairs remained. One evening, a letter arrived. No name, no return address, just her name in his handwriting. Her hands trembled, she could barely breathe. The paper smelled faintly of smoke and regret. It said, "I didn't mean for you to fall. I didn't know they'd come for you instead. I thought I could fix it, but I was wrong." And then one last line that shattered her. "If you still wait for me, don't." She sat on the porch as the sun sank behind the rooftops. The wind carried the sound of kids playing in the street. And in that soft light, she finally understood. The lie that was meant to save him was the same lie that destroyed everything she had left. The phone rang inside the house. She didn't move. It rang again, louder this time, until finally she picked it up and heard a voice she hadn't heard in a year, low, broken, and familiar. "Emily, it's me." Her heart stopped for a second. The world around her went quiet. Only the sound of his breath on the line, soft and uneven, like he had been running. She couldn't speak, just listened, trying to remember that voice that used to make her feel safe. He said, "Emily, I messed up bad. I thought I could make it right, but everything fell apart. They are looking for me again. I have no one else." Her eyes filled with tears. The porch light flickered and the night air felt heavy. She whispered, "Where are you?" A long pause, then he said, "The old bridge near the river. Don't tell anyone, please." She grabbed her coat, the same one she wore the night she lied. The streets were quiet, except for the sound of her shoes hitting the wet pavement. The bridge came into view under the orange glow of broken lamps. She saw him leaning against the railing, his face thin, his eyes tired. When he saw her, he smiled, the way he used to before everything fell apart. She walked closer, afraid he would disappear if she blinked. He said, "I wanted to see you one last time, before they find me." She shook her no, "You don't get to leave again." He looked down at the dark water below, said, "Em, you saved me once, but it cost you everything. I can't let that happen again." She stepped closer, her hands trembling. "Don't do this, please, we can fix it." He looked at her, tears falling down his face. "You lied to save me, Emily. Now I have to tell the truth to save you." The sound of sirens grew louder in the distance, red and blue lights reflecting on the water. She reached for his hand, but he stepped back, his eyes full of apology and love and something final. The wind picked up, carrying the sound of voices shouting his name. He turned to her one last time and whispered, "Remember me the way I was." And before she could stop him, he was gone, into the dark below. Her scream broke into the night, echoing across the water. The sirens grew louder, men running, flashlights cutting through the dark. She fell to her knees on the bridge, her hands clutching the railing, the cold metal biting into her skin. Voices shouted orders, footsteps splashed below, but she couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Only the sound of the river answered her. Hours passed, or maybe minutes, she didn't know. Someone touched her shoulder, asked if she was hurt. She didn't answer. She just stared into the dark water, waiting for him to rise, for the lie to turn into a dream. But nothing moved, only the ripples fading away. Later at the station, they asked her what happened. She stared at the officer, the words stuck in her throat. She said, "He tried to make it right." They didn't understand. No one ever did. Days turned into weeks. The bridge became a ghost in her memory. She'd walk by sometimes, stand at the same spot, watch the river move like it was carrying his voice somewhere she couldn't reach. She kept the letter in her coat pocket, folded and worn, read it when the nights got too long, when the guilt felt heavier than the silence. Then one night there was a knock at her door, soft, slow, hesitant. She opened it, thinking it was a dream. A man stood there in a black jacket, water dripping from his hair, his eyes shadowed but alive. He whispered her name like it hurt to say it, and for a moment, the world stopped again. She stepped closer, afraid to breathe, afraid to blink. The rain fell slow around them, washing the dirt from his face, his hand shaking as he reached for her. She touched his cheek to see if he was real. The warmth under her fingers told her he was. He said, "They think I'm dead, Emily. I ran until I couldn't run anymore. I had to come back." She stared at him, tears mixing with the rain. "You came back for what?" He looked down, his voice barely a whisper. "For forgiveness. For you." The street behind them was quiet. No sirens, no noise, only the hum of distant lights. She said, "I don't know if I can forgive you." He nodded. "I know, but I had to try." She stepped closer until their foreheads touched. The wind carried the smell of the river, the same river that once took him away. And for the first time in a long time, she felt his heartbeat again. Slow, real, alive. He said, "I can't stay. They will come for me again." She said, "Then don't run this time." He looked at her, eyes full of the years they lost. And in that moment, she saw the boy he used to be, the one she lied for, the one she lost. The rain grew heavier, the lights blurred into gold and silver streaks. He smiled softly, one last time, and whispered, "You already saved me, Emily," before stepping back into the shadows of the night, leaving her standing in the quiet street, the jacket still in her arms, and the rain still falling like it would never stop.